Well, the World Cup is in trouble. Nobody wants to come here. Ticket sales are down. They've actually had to lower the price of the tickets because they can't give them away at this point. They thought they were going to get thousands and thousands of dollars for tickets, and they may not even be able to get $100. We personally, my family, we have heard from our friends that are either in Europe or the UK, and there's no way that they would come to the United States right now. They can see just how dangerous it is, and they're not willing to bring their children to this country. And I don't blame them. They can see for themselves what's going on. They've actually watched the videos. They can see the protests. They can see what ICE agents are doing to people. And they're not in the cult. So they don't believe this spin that comes out of the White House and Kristi Noem. I mean, it's very clear to them that they are blatantly lying about what's in these videos and what ICE is actually doing, and that they are just grabbing people off the street and asking questions later. So I knew the World Cup wasn't going to be a good idea to have in the United States, and there you have it.
We don't really want to spend our money in a country that is undertaking certain actions within the world, that's destabilizing the world and likely undertaking illegal activity onto other countries.
Do you have any plans to go to the States in this?
No, I do not. I wouldn't want to. I think it's challenging to go back there now. There's too many questions, searching your phones, asking what you're doing. It's just not worth the hassle. It's intimidating crossing the border. Whether you're, even when you don't have anything to be worried or intimidated about, it can be stressful.
It's kind of scary with all the news I'm hearing and everything. I am an international student, so I do have get a visa and then go in there. So there's a lot of things I have to do before I travel to the U.S. And then if I get to the U.S., there might be other problems there as well. So I just trying to be safe.
I have kids and grandkids, and they changed their mind about going to Disney because my daughter says, I absolutely refuse to go to the States. She doesn't feel safe. I hate to point out Trump, but it's one of the obvious reasons. If the politics changes in the States, for sure I think we would go back.
The rest of the world is never going to forgive us for this. The rest of the world is never, ever going to forgive the United States of America for re-electing a man who everybody who voted for him knew was a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, a fraudster, 34 felony counts, convicted for trying to improperly influence the 2016 election. He tried to overturn the 2020 election and incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol and went on to be indicted 91 times in 4 separate jurisdictions. And the mouth-breathing, fart-huffing dipshits in this country, 77 million of them, re-elected him as president of the United States. And now he is on the cusp of destroying the entire global economy for everybody. Because he and Pete Hegseth wanted to blow some shit up and for Bibi Netanyahu. The rest of the world is never going to forgive us for this, ever. Nor should they.
This message is for Trump. We won't forget it either. We won't forget when you threatened to make us the 51st state. We won't forget it when you went ahead and put tariffs on your neighbors where you had free trade agreements. We won't forget the way you've treated us. We won't forget the way you've insulted us. So yeah, enjoy being the isolated little person that you are, because the only person you have to blame for what's happening right now is your damn self.
From Canada to Europe and even parts of Asia, more and more people are rethinking their plans to visit the US because of how America is being perceived now on the global stage. When you look at the immigration crackdown, the way the enforcement is being done, a lot of people around the world are not happy. The way it's been cruel and even humanizing. The fact that Trump can go to another country and capture the president, the image of America is changing and the world is reacting. So let's get to see more reactions. And thank you so much for your support. Please share and subscribe, all right? Let's dive into it.
If you're not watching the NATO summit, you definitely need to. This is history-breaking shit, okay? The world has turned against America. And I'm not even fucking exaggerating. I'm not gaslighting you, okay? Canada just made a deal with the European Union for mutual defense. And mutual defense from who? Not China, not Iran, not Russia, but from us. The unstable power that has waged a fucking tariff war across the world, that is now bombing fucking sovereign countries because we don't agree with their policies or we don't want to talk it out. We don't have the patience to do anything anymore. There is no diplomacy. There's only threats. This is how people view us in the world right now. You have to understand, MAGA and Republicans and those that want immigrants to disappear. The world's seeing that mass men that don't identify themselves are going on the streets and kidnapping people, okay? And then sending them to the gulag, where then after they decide that they want to let them out, if they survive, they're sending them to countries of their origin. They may not even speak any of the language or know any of the culture. Do you understand what the world is seeing right now? You're denying people coming in if they have literal things that are making fun of our president. There is no freedom of speech. You're literally trying to kick out all the Chinese students until they made a deal of what? A 55% tariff? This is the end. Okay? This is the end of American sovereignty, brought down in 6 months by a fucking diaper Don that didn't know what the fuck he was doing. You should see him on the world stage. They're not making deals with this guy. He is not dealing with anyone. Okay? They're laughing and giggling at him, and they're laughing and giggling at us because they're like, why the fuck would you, Americans, supposedly supposed to be the best of the best, pick the worst of the worst? Okay? Our allies are going elsewhere and they're looking at us like we can't trust them. We can't even admit in our administration that we may have missed the mark. This is fucking ridiculous.
I've just spent about 2 hours probably ingesting all of the media surrounding what has happened in Minnesota today, what is continually happening around the country in America, and I've been in tears and I'm so fucking angry and I just don't know what I can do to help. Like, I just don't know what I can do. So I think the one thing that we can do as people not from there is don't fucking go. Like, I can't believe, like, I am also a part of this. Like, I went to America in, like, October. It wasn't even that fucking long ago. This stuff was happening, and I'm so fucking embarrassed. Like, I cannot believe that I went to a place when shit like that was happening, and it was happening back then, and it is happening at, like, an insane level, and, like, the least we can fucking do is just go somewhere else. Like, go somewhere else. Why are we spending our hard-earned money in a country like that? Like, that is the only thing that I can come up with that is going to be helpful right now. Like, I'm so fucking upset and angry, and I just cannot fathom that we are living in a world where this is happening.
If you are not a U.S. citizen, don't come to this country. If you are here and you're not a U.S. citizen, I don't care what kind of documentation you have, and I don't care how long you're staying, whether it's for a week or years, go. If you can go, go. And I know this is what they want, and I hate it because I love to be like, resist. But ending up in an ICE detention facility is not an act of resistance. And it does not matter if you are white passing. It does not matter how smart you are or what you're contributing, or if you're just visiting and you're a tourist. Don't. It's not safe here. We're not safe. They are detaining U.S. citizens. They are detaining tourists. There was a 28-year-old backpacker, a young woman, who is now in an ICE detention facility. It does not matter. If you're leaving and I can come with you, I would love that. Let me know how to do that. I have a master's degree and I'm a very nice person. I'll be very good to your country. But this ain't the place. Get out while you can. And do not send your kids here as foreign exchange students. Do not send them on a student visa. Do not think you're going to come over here and do some kind of medical residency or scientific research. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't marry somebody from here. Don't do it. We're not safe. We're not a good country. We're under authoritarian rule at this point. So, sorry about that. Fucking sucks. Bye.
If you don't live in the United States and you travel to the United States to go on vacation, you're so fucking weird. Like, I literally don't understand. Like, how are you literally traveling to the worst country in the world? And I say the worst because Israel is not a country. But you're literally traveling to the worst fucking country in the world while they're in the process, or they've already completed, building concentration camps, and they have hired the most racist people all over America to dress up in masks and ski masks and stupid little Halloween costume outfits to go kidnap a bunch of immigrants. At the same time as they're funding a genocide in the Middle East, as they're also helping fund a genocide in Congo, Sudan. And you're like, oh my God, America seems like the perfect place to go on a vacation. I'm literally an American. I literally was born in America, and I live and grew up in Canada. And I literally do not want to go back to America. Like, I'm not crossing the motherfucking border to the fucking, it's like opening to, walking through the gates of hell. That's what I would view it as. It's no thanks. Let's maybe not go to the United States for vacation. Let's literally maybe just not do that. Like, imagine going to the United States on vacation and then just like dying in a mass shooting. Or like, imagine going to the States on vacation and then like being held in jail just from you trying to cross the border, because they just like to hold people in jail and check your phones and steal your data. Imagine going to the States on vacation and something happens to you health-wise and you literally end up with like a $50,000 bill. Or even worse, that's probably just the ambulance to get to the hospital. Yeah, I just don't get it.
What you're witnessing right now is bigger than tourism numbers, bigger than politics. It's about global perception, trust, and influence. Because for decades, the United States wasn't just a country people visited. It was a symbol of opportunity, freedom, stability, and leadership of the world stage. But today, that image is facing serious challenges. Recent data shows that international travel to the US has been declining for months, even as global tourism overall, it's booming. In fact, millions fewer visitors are choosing the US, leading to billions of dollars in losses. And perhaps even more telling, this isn't just about money. It's about why people are choosing not to come. Many cite stricter immigration policies, others point to political rhetoric, trade tensions, and concerns about how foreigners are treated at borders. Even major travel companies in Europe have reported that travelers are increasingly choosing alternative destinations like Asia, Canada, or even Australia. So what does that mean? It means the world is not isolating America overnight, but there are clear signs of distancing, because global influence isn't just about military power or economic strength. It's about perception, trust, and reputation. When people feel uncertain, unwelcome, or uneasy, they don't just protest. They quietly make different choices. They travel elsewhere. They invest elsewhere. They build relationships elsewhere. And over time, those small decisions begin to shift the global balance. If enough people believe a country is becoming unstable, hostile, or unpredictable, that belief alone can shape behavior. And that's what we are seeing. A slow but noticeable shift in how America is viewed. Instead of diplomacy, critics argue there's more confrontation. Instead of reassurance, more uncertainty. Instead of unity with allies, there is more friction, especially with trade disputes and tariffs. And when allies begin to feel like they're being pressured rather than partnered with, relationships start to strain. No nation, no matter how powerful, can lead the world alone. Leadership isn't just about strength. It's about cooperation, credibility, and consistency. And when those begin to weaken, other countries step in, other regions rise, other alliances strengthen. So America should understand that influence once lost is not easily regained. Reputation once damaged takes years, sometimes decades to rebuild. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.